Roy Moore's election is tomorrow, and we're going to see if he wins or Doug Jones wins. There's been a lot of charges against Roy Moore, as you know. Obviously, there's a sexual perversion, but there's also charges that he has not been great to African Americans, certainly to gays. I mean, his spokesperson was on cable news today when asked if Roy Moore thinks that homosexuality should be illegal, which is what he said about 10 years ago. His spokesperson said, yeah, probably, yeah, should be illegal. And this guy has an excellent chance of being a United States Senator from the great state of Alabama. Anyway, one of the charges is that he has said things that are anti-Semitic. The reason those charges exist is because he has said things that are anti-Semitic. So let me clarify it for you. You guys get to make your own call on whether you think these are bigoted or not. He said about George Soros. Now look, a lot of people attack George Soros. And that by itself doesn't mean anything, right? The context matters a lot. So let's look at the context of what he said about Soros. He said, Soros comes from another world I don't identify with. Already, this is beginning to be problematic. Okay, he says, I wish I could face him directly and I tell him the same thing, that no matter how much money he's got, he's still going to the same place that people who don't recognize God and morality and accept his salvation are going. And that's not a good place. Okay, yeah, that started poorly and ended far, far worse. So basically, Soros is Jewish, so he's going to hell. Okay, great. Now, look, if you were just criticizing him for being a giant donor and buying off politicians, I think that's fair game. Certainly, we criticize those on the right, no matter what their religion are, for the same thing. But he clearly is specifically talking about his religion and saying that he's going to hell. Now, he doesn't think that his only agenda is a Jewish one, I guess. But he says he's pushing an agenda, and his agenda is sexual in nature. Wow. I did not see that coming. I didn't know that George Soros was accused of having a sexual agenda. Okay, so these people are lunatics, but that's okay because here comes his wife to the rescue. She is going to make a mess of it. I mean, try to defend him. You're gonna love this clip. Let's watch.
Fake news would tell you that we don't care for Jews. I tell you all this because I've seen it all, so I just want to set the record straight while they're here. One of our attorneys is a Jew. We have very close friends that are Jewish.
I'm just trying to think of how that could be worse, right? Hey, the guy who runs the bagel shop, also a Jew. Okay, banker, not all of them, but some of them, Jew. You running the camera over there, controlling the media, a Jew. That doesn't help your cause. That doesn't help your cause. You're not going to convince us that you have a lot of Jewish friends if you go around saying, my lawyer's a Jew, so I can't be anti-Semitic. You're also not going to convince us by telling us that George Soros is going to hell because he's not a good Christian. Okay. Roy Vey. Anyway, look, by the way, that whole my good friends are, some of my best friends are black, Jewish, fill in the blank, okay? I actually don't dismiss this out of hand as others do. If you're a white guy and it turns out, no, a lot of your friends are black and they vouch for you, I think that means something. It's not the end of the conversation, but it means something. But if your idea of like, no, I know some of them, I got a Jew lawyer, nope, that one didn't work. I remember the story we ran once about how one guy was trying to explain he's not racist. He said, oh yeah, I even let some of them use my bathroom. Wow, did you? Well, that is mighty Christian of you. So speaking of which, the Moors don't want to leave out black folks. So let's hear them out on that.
Fake news would also have you think that my husband doesn't support the black community. Yet my husband appointed the very first black marshal to the Alabama Supreme Court. When he first took office as Chief Justice many years ago, he brought with him 3 people from Etowah County. 2 were black, and one of them is here tonight. We have many friends that are black, and we also fellowship with them in church and in our home.
We even got a black right here. We even let some of them into our home. We even let one of them go dookie in our house. Okay, anyone convinced that these good folks are like, oh man, they are so tight-knit with African American and Jewish American communities. They've let one into their house in terms of blacks, and they got a Jew who's a lawyer. What am I gonna do with these folks? All right, yes, he is a child predator, but he's got a lot of other issues as well. So if this guy becomes a United States Senator, watch out. If you become a member of the Young Turks, you'll be saying,
you know, I'm like a smart person.
So do it right now, tytnetwork.com/join. Get the whole Young Turks show every day.